Hi everyone, back again with top 10 in the world. Sometimes, there's no better conversation starter than a totally out of left field bit of information. Maybe it's a little known piece of history that flips your perspective upside down. Maybe it's a bit of trivia about nature or the world at large. No matter what types of facts typically strike your fancy, see these 10 totally random and 100% wildly interesting facts that are guaranteed to blow your mind. Here are the top 10 random interesting facts around the world. Number 10. The longest TV ad in history is 14 hours long. Created by Old Spice for a product that supposedly lasts forever, the commercial features actor Terry Crews, among others, and is currently airing for an eternity online. After 20 hours of shooting and months of editing, the production generated more than 1,600 clips that, mixed through combinatorial analysis, makes a never-ending commercial. Old Spice's TV advert surpassed previous record holder Arbys, which produced a commercial lasting 13 hours 5 minutes 11 seconds in 2014 to promote the Smokehouse Brisket sandwich. But since that's not exactly possible on TV, a 14-hour version was put together and aired in São Paulo, Brazil, on December 8, 2018, earning the Guinness World Record for the longest TV ad ever. Number 9. Tomatoes contain nicotine. While we've all heard that fruits and vegetables are packed with nutrients, you probably weren't aware that tomatoes also contain nicotine? In fact, studies have shown that eating nicotine-rich things like tomatoes and peppers can actually help reduce your chances of getting Parkinson's disease. Although various foods contain nicotine, they only have trace amounts. Even if you consume these plants regularly, the drug is unlikely to have an impact on your system. In fact, you'd have to eat about 10 kilograms of eggplant to ingest the nicotine that's contained in one cigarette. Since the tiny concentrations of nicotine are traveling through your intestines, your body can easily digest it. However, products such as nicotine pouches have larger amounts of nicotine that is absorbed into your bloodstream. Number 8. Zebra's stripes are for repelling insects. Zebra stripes ward off blood-sucking insects by dazzling them to the point where they are unable to land on the animal's skin, according to a new study. For many years, the zebra's stripes have been a mystery. Scientists have proposed all sorts of hypotheses that might explain their evolutionary origin, including camouflage, signaling to other zebras, or temperature regulation. However, the only explanation that has stood up to experimental verification suggests that the stripes serve to deter insects, which can sometimes carry deadly diseases. In one experiment, scientists placed zebra look-alike coats on regular horses and compared the result to real zebras. They found that flies that would normally be attracted to the horses seemed to be extremely thrown off when attempting to make a landing. However, the horses' heads, which weren't dressed up in zebra stripes, still attracted flies. Striped patterns seem to work for humans as well, explaining why tribes from Africa, Australia, and Southeast Asia have historical body painting traditions. When researchers painted a mannequin with zebra-like patterns, similar to those that adorn the skin of some tribal communities, they found that there were 10 times fewer horsefly bites than on unstriped models. Number 7. Goldfish have insanely good memories. Do friends tell you that you have the memory of a goldfish? Well, it's not as mean as you may think. Goldfish have conditional memory learning that has proven across multiple studies to last many months. A majority of these studies involve food. For example, if goldfish are fed at only one side of their tank, they will quickly learn and remember to stay on that side of the tank at feeding times, regardless of whether they are actually fed. Similarly, if pushing a red paddle gains a food reward but a blue one doesn't, goldfish quickly learn to push the red and not the blue, and will continue to show a preference for that color long after the experiment is finished. These types of experiments have also been replicated with other cues, such as bubbles and even music. Goldfish are also good problem solvers and have been taught to escape nets and navigate mazes. They can even remember how to repeat these tasks weeks, and even months. Other evidence suggests that goldfish can recognize and remember other individuals, even after long periods of separation. Number 6. Plants talk to each other. Almost all plants that have been researched, from mushrooms in the wild to corn seedlings in lab settings, have been proven to communicate with each other underground. Scientists have found plants talking with their roots. Plants extend their roots outward toward each other to warn of a threat, to test the soil, and to support growing plants. They literally share information through underground fungi networks. In such networks, they can communicate various conditions and send nutrients to a needy tree. These connected networks can even warn about an insect swarm. Pretty cool, huh? Nearby trees that receive the warning then emit insect-repelling chemicals. Recent studies indicate that plants transmit information through electrical pulses. There is a long way to go in plant communication studies, but the field has gone from tinfoil hat to bona fide reality. Number 5. The Great Wall of China was held together by sticky rice. As reported by The Telegraph, scientists at the University of China who were researching the material of the Great Wall were surprised to learn that there was a special ingredient added to the standard mixture of lime and water, sticky rice. Not only did this make the Great Wall mortar the world's first composite mortar, it also was the reason why the Ming Dynasty's structures were able to withstand everything from earthquakes to the sands of time. Sticky rice mortar was invented in ancient China utilizing organic materials in inorganic mortar. Hydraulic mortar was not available in ancient China, possibly due to a lack of volcanic ash. Sticky rice soup was mixed with slake lime to make an inorganic minus organic composite mortar that had more strength and water resistance than lime mortar. Sticky rice played a major role in maintaining the durability of the Great Wall as well as tombs, pagodas, and city walls. Number 4. A book about the Titanic sinking was published years before it actually did. The Wreck of the Titan by Morgan Robertson was published in 1898. The Titanic sank in 1912. Robertson's book features a cruise ship named Titan that sinks in the North Atlantic after hitting an iceberg in literally the exact same spot, 400 nautical miles from Newfoundland. The Titan had 2,500 passengers, half of whom sank, while the Titanic held 2,200 passengers, half of whom also sank. Number 3. There's a natural lake the color of pink bubblegum in Australia. Western Australia's Lake Hillier might be a place worth adding to your bucket list. That's because it's a bright pink lake that is not man-made, and, to this day, continues to baffle scientists. Their best guess is that it has something to do with the algae in it, specifically Dunaliella, which produces carotenoids, the things that make carrots bright orange. There's also a high concentration of salts, which may have something to do with the color. The lake is totally safe to touch, but you're not allowed to swim in it. Number 2. It would take 22.7 years to eat at every restaurant in New York City. You can't walk a New York City block without passing a restaurant. New York City is a hub for chefs who are at the top of their game as well as food lovers who like to sample countless delights. Pizzeria chains sit next to mom and pop Ethiopian spots which sit next to Michelin star establishment mainstays. It's a foodie dream to try it all, but you never will. According to data from OpenTable, you can eat at a different spot once a day for 22.7 years and never go to the same place twice. Number 1. There are 10 million tons of diamonds on Jupiter and Saturn. New research by scientists apparently shows that it rains diamonds on Jupiter and Saturn. In fact, the planets have the capability to create 1,000 tons of diamonds a year. This astronomical discovery was presented by researchers from the University of Wisconsin-Madison and NASA's Jet Propulsion. In a study published in the journal Nature, 2 scientists found that the high pressures inside Jupiter and Saturn's atmospheres could turn carbon into chunks of diamonds. The study also noted that these diamonds can melt under extreme pressure and temperatures, which leads to the formation of liquid diamond raindrops. It's possible that as many as 10 million tons of diamonds could be inside these 2 planets combined. And that's the end of this top 10 video. From surprising facts about the planet to obscure trivia about the animal kingdom, our list this time is mind-blowing facts that might make you rethink how much you think you know. Thank you for watching.